Hi, my name is Larissa. I am a violinist and a violin teacher, and today I'm going to show you a few tips and tricks that I think help with learning one technique called vibrato. Vibrato is a really great way to add warmth to a note, to a pitch, and it makes it sound a little bit more colorful than if you just play it straight. It's kind of like talking and giving a speech versus, let's say, monotone versus with inflections in your voice. Kind of like an actor and actress. They use different ways of speaking to make something more interesting. So vibrato, it adds a little bit of flavor to notes, and it just makes it sound a little more interesting. But vibrato, although it's a really great technique, it takes a lot of time to learn this motion because it takes such fine movements in your left hand. And it's very precise, and there are a few different ways to do it as well. So I'll show you a few exercises for when you're beginning to learn vibrato, how to build up that muscle to be able to use those fine motor skills in your left hand to successfully make the best sound possible. But first I'll play you a few notes just without vibrato, and then I'll add vibrato so you can hear what it's actually doing to the sound. So on the A string, I'm just going to play a scale up. So A, B, C sharp, and D. And first I'm going to play it without vibrato. So that was no vibrato. It was pretty in tune, I hope. And it was just the notes all by themselves. But now I'm going to add in a little bit of vibrato so you can see, hopefully, what my left hand motion looks like in the camera here. So A. So I'm moving my wrist forward and back, forward and back. And one tip that I notice a lot of students wanting to do when you're doing this weird motion is they want to jut their wrist out, but it's actually more of just your finger is almost like your finger's glued to the fingerboard, and you're just rotating it forward towards your face and then back. So to do some exercises, the first one I would do is just put your left hand up against the ribbing of the violin and tap rapidly. Feel that. So that's exercise number one. The second exercise is to act like you're polishing your string. So make sure your thumb is in place on your fingerboard, and then go forward, back, maybe with your third finger on the A string. Forward, back, and I'm not pressing my third finger down onto the fingerboard. I am just sliding my finger forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. And then I would increase the speed to make it like you're shining that silver all the way so it's the clearest it could possibly be. And this is getting your hand vibrato. This is wrist vibrato. Then a third exercise I would do would be, maybe without the violin, you can just do like a little princess wave. So it's not a wave like this. It's, you kind of cup your hand and you're just rotating your wrist and rotating it towards you. That's kind of the motion you'll experience. So those are three different exercises you can do. One's without the violin at all, and then the other two are with the violin. After you have increased the speed on that shining the string one, you can actually start putting your finger down on the fingerboard and then just rotating forward, back, forward, back. It's like your finger is just going side to side. Make sure that it's side to side. The thing about violinists and violists is that vibrato for us is a little bit difficult because we're working against gravity. Our hand is up and we have to move horizontally against the vertical pull of gravity. So that's another reason why it takes so long to learn. But if you do these exercises on a daily basis, or maybe just before you have orchestra at school, it'll help you out a lot in building up that muscle memory. So best of luck and have a great time learning your vibrato. I hope you have a lot of fun adding this technique into your playing.